How much does it really cost to develop a Flutter app in 2021 by pro-coders? Introduction. What is Flutter? Flutter is an open-source software development kit (SDK) provided by Google. It is used for cross-platform mobile and desktop app development like Xamarin and React Native. It can be used to build apps for at least 6 different operating systems, Android and iOS as well as Windows, Mac, Linux and the Linux-based Google Fuchsia. Why should you choose Flutter for your next project? Cross-platform programming. Flutter's greatest edge is in the fact that one can build and launch a single app that works on multiple platforms, up to 6 from only one codebase. Instead of creating multiple development teams per OS, companies can now hire a single team to carry out the tasks of 2,345 or 6. Superior performance. Perhaps Flutter's most notable feature is hot reload. Developing an app, whether iOS or Android natively, requires first the compilation and then loading of the app onto the device in order to review changes. Global community and Google support. The Flutter community is expanding rapidly, increasingly gaining the trust of mobile developers globally. So far it has gained about 110,000 stars on GitHub. Likewise, Google has been consistently providing support for programmers via community platforms and regular updates. What affects the cost of developing an app on Flutter? The complexity and functionalities of the app. Applications are classified into low, medium and high based on how complex is the programming required. The more features are required in the software, the greater the efforts and money to be expended on the project. Location of developers equals 1.5s greater than Flutter App Development Cost, and even the cost of software programming generally varies by location. Developers in North America, Flutter, or otherwise, typically charge the highest rates per hour, followed by Australia and Western Europe. App design. Everyone loves an intuitive and aesthetically pleasing user interface, but it comes at a higher Flutter app development cost. The complexity of the design is a key factor. UI designing aims at creating a better outlook for the app, while UX design makes users interact with the software seamlessly. Both are equally important to delivering a great experience for app users. Testing, maintenance, and support. No software is ever fully finished. The cost to develop a Flutter app or any software at all should also factor in the costs of updates and maintenance when setting your project budget. Most of the maintenance required would be providing updates and fixing bugs to ensure that it continues to function smoothly. How much does Flutter app development cost? How much does it cost to create a Flutter app? Typically, to calculate the average cost of building an app using Flutter, you first calculate the number of hours it will take to build a particular feature or function. Then multiply the figure by the Flutter developer hourly rates of those you have hired. It may even cost more. It all depends on the complexity of the app. That excludes additional expenses for future maintenance and the likes. However, the costs depend on many factors and the range could be really wide. Therefore, instead of setting your mind on a particular amount, request cost estimates before embarking on a project. Afterward, the developers create wireframes for the app concept. Once approved, the development stage is next. The discovery phase is very crucial because it gives the main direction for the project, even if minor details may change along the journey. How to reduce the Flutter app development budget, practical tips. Outsource the project. One of the main benefits of outsourcing a mobile app development project to an agency is that you get a dedicated team for your specific project. Even though the acceptance of Flutter is rapidly growing in the development community, there are still not enough developers. Hire freelancers. How much does Flutter app development cost on freelance platforms like Upwork, Freelancer, TopTal, etc.? You can find skilled and reliable Flutter developers whose hourly rates hover around $35 an hour or sometimes $30 an hour. Freelancers are a low-cost option for mobile app development using Flutter, especially when the project is of an application requiring low complexity. Practical tips for reducing Flutter app development budget. Whether you use in-house developers or hire an agency or recruit freelancers, somehow it seems impossible to stay within the budget for any software development undertaking, and not just Flutter app development. Flutter makes mobile app development more convenient and less costly. Developing apps for multiple platforms at once via Flutter is already half the price or less of development. However, you still need vigilance so that your budget is utilized judiciously and avoid wastage. One sure way to significantly reduce how much Flutter app development costs on your next project is to hire a development agency with skilled Flutter developers. Subscribe our channel and read more about how much does it really cost to develop a Flutter app in 2021 at Procoders blog.